want Israel's land to be given over to create a Palestine.
It's indigenous because it's originally theirs.
I'm Jewish, so where would you say someone like me belongs in the world? I brought real Native Americans to speak on indigeneity and share their voices in solidarity with another indigenous group, the Jews. Do you believe that Jews are colonizers in the land of Israel?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, as history showed, they will be colonizers in Israel.
What are you talking about? Are you saying that Jews are European?
I don't know their background at all.
Would you consider Native Americans colonizers in America?
No.
No, you can't be a colonizer if you're native.
So you have 56 countries that speak Arabic, one that speaks Hebrew. Who's the colonizer here? The Spanish colonized my island. 500 years later, that doesn't give them a right to claim to be indigenous.
If Native peoples were allowed to return back to their homeland, would that be a homecoming or would it be seen as modern-day colonization?
Homecoming.
I certainly would not call that colonization.
So consider it a homecoming.
Of course, it's a homecoming.
I'll call it homecoming. That is a homecoming. That's a homecoming.
Why would you see Jews who were for generations in their ancestral homeland, the land of Israel, why would that be colonization and not homecoming?
So bloodline, and as history shows, that was taken. They took that as a period of time.
I've got something for bloodlines. I'm a doctor of naturopathy and I'm a biologist. I've studied genetics. If you look at DNA results, they can map through time where the DNA traveled across the world, across generations, and it shows that DNA from Jews came from Judea, from Israel. Yeah.
That's the interesting thing about a lot of the Jewish genetic studies. A lot of things that we can now prove that we couldn't prove before about who is from a land.
Is giving back the land, then forcing others out that were then born there years and years later.
The Jewish people allowed them to still live in that land.
Well, what about the Nakba?
That's a great question. The Arab countries, before they attacked, told all the Arabs in Israel, hey, we're about to attack, get out of the way. And then once we win, you can have all that land back. Well, obviously they didn't win. And so the Nakba has turned into this whole, we got forced off of our lands, but it was at the behest of the Arab nations.
Do they have a right to remain there?
There are plenty of Palestinians who live among them. They don't want to live among them. They want Israel's land to be given over to create a Palestine.
I agree 100%.
It deserves to be a place for Islam there. But then if we have to share it and there's conflict within sharing that,
You realize then that in the Middle East, the people who want peace are actually the Jewish people.
yeah, I completely agree.
In Indian country right now, there's a really big movement, and that's land back. We see what's happening with the Jewish people is that's the ultimate land back decolonization experiment of all history. We asked Palestinians, we asked Jewish people, we wanted to see for ourselves what this story was instead of what the media and social media is showing. And what we saw was a story of indigenous people returning home. Every peace treaty, every deal that they've tried to make for peace, it's not them that break it. It's like the flip side of our government, right? U.S. government has broken every single peace treaty with the tribes that they've made, every single one. The Jewish people say, hey, look, we can all share this space. We can live together. We can work together. Every time those peace treaties are broken.
I have a lot to learn from Jewish people.
We can say without doubt that they are indigenous to that area.
I'm clearly not as deeply educated on the subject as you guys. It's just extremely heartbreaking to see what's happening and then have to have these types of conversations.
But we have to. We have to bring healing.
That's why we're doing
That's why we're doing
Yeah,
this.
nice to meet you.
Thank you guys.
Native Americans aren't colonizers, and neither are Jews. Both have deep historic ties to their homeland.
And it's time to acknowledge that.